U.S. President Joe Biden has called Friday's report on U.S. inflation a real bump in the road that is affecting American families. The government said Friday that consumer prices grew last month at an annual rate of 6.8%, the highest in 39 years. Speaking at the White House, the president acknowledged that prices have gone up, but pledged to keep working to lower inflation.
The reason for the inflation is that we have a supply chain problem that is really severe and is causing a significant increase in prices in things that, in fact, are hard to get access to. Because at the bottom of it all is COVID.
Biden is hoping that his social and environmental legislation will counter the growth of inflation, but the latest report showing inflation rising at its fastest rate in nearly 4 decades is raising fresh questions about Biden's Build Back Better plan. The House of Representatives committee investigating the January 6th Capitol insurrection is subpoenaing 6 more people who the panel says were involved in the organization and planning of rallies that aim to overturn Donald Trump's defeat in the 2020 presidential election. The subpoenas were issued to Robert Bobby Peede Jr. and Max Miller, who the committee says met with Trump in his private dining room on January 4th, Brian Jack, Trump's political director at the time, and rally organizers Brian Lewis, Ed Martin, and Kimberly Fletcher. The rallies before and during the January 6th riot are a major focus of the committee's investigation. Committee members want to know who financed the events and whether organizers were in close touch with the White House and members of Congress as they planned the events. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg has rejected Russian demands to rescind a 2008 commitment to Ukraine that the country would one day become a member of the Western Military Alliance. Speaking after a meeting with Germany's new Chancellor Olaf Scholz, Stoltenberg said NATO's relationship with Ukraine would be decided by the alliance and Kiev and no one else.
We cannot accept that Russia is trying to re-establish a system where big powers like Russia has spheres of influence where they can control or decide what other members can do.
The new German leader, in an inaugural trip across Europe, said members of the 30-member-strong military alliance had to work together to press upon other countries that threaten Ukraine's integrity. Russia has massed thousands of troops on Ukraine's border. The West and Ukraine say Russia could be planning to invade its former Soviet satellite state, but Moscow says it has no such plans. A British appellate court has opened the door for Julian Assange to be extradited to the United States. AP's Charles de Ledesma reports.
The court decision overturns a lower court ruling that found Assange's mental health was too fragile to withstand the American criminal justice system. The US had appealed the ruling, challenging the argument, lawyer James Lewis saying the WikiLeaks co-founder had no history of serious and enduring mental illness. US prosecutors have indicted Assange on 17 espionage charges and 1 charge of computer misuse. The new ruling is likely to be appealed. Charles de Ledesma, London.
Former Kansas Senator and presidential candidate, the late Bob Dole, has been honored at a funeral service at Washington's National Cathedral as top leaders from both parties gathered to display the kind of bipartisanship now rare in modern government. Dole's flag-draped casket was carried in by a military honor guard as the congregation stood, and Dole's wife, former North Carolina Senator Elizabeth Dole, and daughter Robin looked on. President Joe Biden remembered Dole as a giant of our time and of all time.
Now it's our job to start standing up for what's right for America. I salute you, my friend. Your nation salutes you.
In his eulogy, the president spoke about Dole volunteering for military service in World War II and being gravely wounded, and how he came back to painful years of recovery from those wounds. Dole died last Sunday at the age of 98.
Hi, thank you for watching. I hope the videos are useful for you. Please subscribe to my channel using the button below.